On that visit by Mark Dreyfus to Israel, do you think it can mend the fractured relationship there?
Look, I think we've been really let down by our federal government, and we do have to ask why our Attorney-General is being sent. Why isn't our Foreign Minister or our Prime Minister making the visit to mend relationships? It's really not fair to make the Attorney-General the de facto Minister for Jews. And what's more, it's not going to solve problems at home. We need a return to bipartisan policy on Israel that aligns Australia with our friends, and we need to punish those who call for murdering or harming of any fellow Australians.
Why won't the PM go, do you think?
I'm afraid that's a question you will have to ask the PM, but it's very disappointing that given the current state of the relationship and the way that it's fractured due to decisions that the government has made, that not more effort, not more prominence is given to mending this really important relationship with what is the only democracy in the Middle East, and where we've had over 2 decades of strong relations and bipartisan policy that's all been thrown away over recent months. We would have hoped to see the Prime Minister and the Foreign Minister prioritise this.
Many questions are being asked at the moment as to why Mark Dreyfus is going and whether he can really have an impact or get relationships or the relations back on track, essentially. In other news as well, I want to get your thoughts on this. The Melbourne leg of the International Ice Hockey Federation Men's Championship has been cancelled, all over those security concerns caused by growing anti-Israel sentiment that we're seeing in Australia. Do you think this sets a dangerous precedent?
Absolutely. I think this is a really disappointing and concerning outcome for people, not just in Victoria, but across Australia, to allow the impact of hateful and radical voices that have been taking to our cities every weekend, that have been proliferating on our social media. And it's not just Jewish people who feel unsafe when protesters display terrorist symbols or symbols of terrorist organisations. So it's very unfortunate that we've got to the stage where such a decision has been made and we're allowing those who sow hate and division to dictate and disrupt the way we go about our lives. Very concerning and very disappointing.
Indeed. Michele, we do have to wrap things up there, but thank you for coming on today. A really important discussion. Take care. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.